Alright, looks like Motorsport Manager's back, but for some reason, we're not in windowed mode. Apply. There we go. There's windowed mode. Can I do windowed borderless? Is that an option? I don't think windowed borderless is an option, but it's fine. Whatever, Twitch chat overlay. Get that off my screen. There we go. That's fine. That's doable. It'll work. It should work. Screen should be showing. Click continue. And load. No, I think I can just click on this actually, right? We're in Suzuka, right? Fake Suzuka. Man, it's been a long time since I streamed. I was out of state for the last week, so I have been unable to stream for about a week. I did get back earlier in the week, and around Monday. I was going to stream Monday, but I've had some issues with my PC. My PC would first off, my PC would start up. I don't know, by the way, if this stream is going to be like dropping frames or anything. That's another thing that I have no idea, and I'm just gonna stream it. And if we have frame drops, we have frame drops. But long story made short, I guess. Long story made long. My PC would start up, and then it would freeze in the middle of the startup, and then I'd have to shut it down, and then it would start working, and then whenever it would actually turn on, the Wi-Fi was not working, so internet's not been working. I've had a host of issues since I've gotten back. I don't know, something's been going on with my PC, and it's been really frustrating to work with. I've had to work to figure out how to solve the problems, install new drivers. I've got a Wi-Fi adapter as well. I've got an internet adapter. I had to install new drivers for that. I've tried a few things. This is either going to work or it's not. But anyway, we're up to Suzuka. I don't even really remember where we last left off because it's been so long since I streamed Motorsport Manager. So I know I've got the Twitch chat here, so just kind of ignore it, I guess. Most of these guys are good on stamina except for Sandwich. Make me a sandwich. There's a joke in there somewhere. He is 19 on tires, and we're gonna swap this guy. What's his mistake percentage? It's low. I know he's made a mistake. I'm willing to give you the benefit of the doubt if you've only made like one mistake. And well, what's this guy's mistake percentage? It's not actually. It's worse than Alf Schneider? Is that how you pronounce it? So we're gonna swap Alf Schneider. Swap him with Sandwich. With Make Me a Sandwich. Just because Sandwich is a little bit fatigued, I want him to get rested. And Reifeldschammer, or however you would say that name, Reifeldschammer, he needs to come out as well. So a little bit of fatigued guys here on the pit crew, so we want to make sure we minimize that mistake. How's this guy's mistake? I think we looked at that earlier. We're going to take a chance to swap him. He's going to go right here. And those are going to be changes we're going to make to the pit crew. I know I have a few guys for hire, but nothing that really impresses me. Can I look at his mistake? I mean, I guess his mistake chance is listed right here. But is it truly zero? Because I could hire this guy. I mean, he's 16 on time. I'm not going to hire anyone new. I'm not going to hire anyone. So go back to pit crew. And that's good. I can't see this because the screen. I don't know why it doesn't give me the full, windowed borderless. I don't know why windowed borderless just isn't an option. And I had my screen set up before when I last streamed Motorsport Manager, so for some reason it's reset. So we've been making money, quite progressively making money. There's the results of the last few races. In Singapore, we had a 12th with Verstappen. I don't remember what happened. And Perez had a... No, that's not 12. That's how many points. He had 12 points. What am I talking about? That's not a 12th place. So Verstappen had 12 points, which is just off the podium, I think. and Perez had 1 measly point in that race. Won by Hamilton, who's won a majority of the races this year. And don't we have a win? We have a race win somewhere in there, don't we? Yeah, Verstappen won back-to-back in Belgium and Italy. That crazy race in Italy, that's right. Remember that race? That was streamed forever ago, it feels like. So Yokohama, which is basically Suzuka, it's fake Suzuka. Top speed is absolutely vital. High-speed corners are crucial as well. Our car, as far as I remember, is great on accelerating. Let's take a quick look. Actually, it's 4th best. Top speed is, oh my god. We have not been able to improve any components. You can see here that I don't have a component to improve, so the car has not been able to improve. I've been very confused about this. So let's make a new part. And I'd say top speed. So engine has to be the most important. So we're going to go for full performance here. Forget reliability. And maybe go for fuel efficiency +5. So there you go. We're going for that. We're going to build the part. Confirm. Just lose a little bit of money designing a new part. It'll take 45 days. Can we improve? We're improving gearbox acceleration. Let's see. What's the best way to... 1 day before the race. Alright, that's cool. We'll do that. Continue. Okay, car repair complete. All this stuff is going on. That would be in my inbox, I think. Jamie Caroline, crowned sim racing champion. That's cool. This guy won a sim racing championship. That's neat. Team championship target. We are currently bang on for the target. So Dietrich is happy. With that creepy smile in that photograph there. What is this? Which one has the job security? Uneasy, despite we're being on target. I don't know if that's just because of the race results from our drivers or the lack of consistency, but I mean, at least we're on target. My job seems safe. I mean, at the moment, I think I'm going to be safe, so we should be able to come back. And we only have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 races left. So if we can keep the good performance up, I think we'll be fine. My drivers are happy with their parts, right? That are on the car. Which one of these tabs is it? Is it this one? No. 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 Which one has... Is it under car? Under fit parts? Yeah, it's under fit parts. So they're both happy. I'm not changing anything. So let's not change a damn thing about that. In terms of parts and components. On to the next event. Let me get, while we're simming, I'm just going to go ahead and get a link out because it's been a while since I've streamed this. Let's just... let's go straight to Yokohama, unless there's any updates and any mail that I need to be wary of or wary about. I can't believe it's been so long since I've streamed. It's been more than a week, which is a bit odd. The race report, which is pretty much part and parcel when it comes to this. It will be a 64-lap race. The lap length is 3.14 miles. The lap record is 1:38.2. There's likely to be some rain. Sunday showing a 35% chance of rain, so there's a chance of rain. Scuderia AlphaTauri have the best engines. What? Okay. The tire we share the same engine supplier, so that's interesting. The tire compound choices are super soft, soft and hard. Abrasive track, but we have a pretty good car on tire wear, and we have Perez as well, who is a phenomenal tire saving expert as well, so this shouldn't be an issue for us. Perez, speaking of Sergio, he says he likes the car in medium speed corners. It's fast, I feel like we're ahead of the grid when it comes to our suspension. All in all, pretty cool. Well, that's good. I'm glad he's happy with that. Okay. Von Muller, or however you pronounce his first name. Race preview. Yeah, Hamilton, odds-on favorite. We know that. Okay. Just read it if you want to. I'm not going to read through all of it. Reliability work is done. be this part of the staff, right? There's nothing really to improve, add parts to increase reliability. There's nothing I can add, even if I autofill it. There's nothing I can do. So let's just go to the Grand Prix. So the sponsor is Infinity, obviously. Wait, oh, I click here. Right. Click there, and then, well, it's an abrasive circuit. We'll bring like 6 super softs, or 7, and we'll bring 7, we'll bring 4, and then that means we could bring 4 hard tires. I think that's plenty. Let's bring 3 hard tires and an extra super soft for both drivers. Same part allocation, same tire allocation, and let's go to the race. Alright, here we go. Okay, free practice. Let's choose Max and Perez. Perez actually has 21 feedback. I remember there was that one free practice session. I don't know which race it was. We used Albon on accident, and he actually gave us decent feedback. So let's tweak the setup, try to get close with Max. I have no idea where he wants it. Remember, this is one of the hardest things to do in this game, is find the correct setup for your drivers. So we'll just do that, and we'll go toward understeer. Try that on for size. Let's do a qualifying pace with Max, and then with Perez we can do soft tires, but we'll choose it in the screen when we get to the practice screen menu. Do that. Do that. The speed balance would be here toward top speed, and so we would just take some downforce off, figure out where Perez wants it. That's a good starting point, and choose soft tire. You can do a race program, take practice. It's been so long since I've done this, so might take a while to get back into the groove. So basically click send out. That's the same tweaks that we made, so we'll do 3 laps with Max and qualifying trim, super soft tire, and send out. And do the same with Perez. Stents, race trim, we'll do 8 laps, and then soft tire, that's fine. Now we probably won't have much knowledge on that hard tire, because I just don't see much of a point in messing with the hard tire in free practice, so we probably just won't have knowledge on that tire compound. So I just want to see what they say about the setup here. Just gonna go at times 2 acceleration, nice and easy, nice and steady. Just see what the drivers are saying in terms of the feedback on the car. Hopefully the audio is good. Again, I haven't touched anything. I did have to go back and mess around with the full screen, putting it back to windowed because it reset that for some reason. Hopefully it didn't reset anything else settings wise. This actually looks like Suzuka, a lot like Suzuka. Obviously they can't call it Suzuka, and it can't be a complete one-to-one replica of Suzuka, because they would get sued, and because they don't have the rights to use the track, but they can make it very close. It's fake Suzuka. Fake Suzuka. But it is still the Japanese Grand Prix. So I think Max is liking the setup so far. So that's good. We have Max coming through to fake 130R. there is no chicane at the end of the lap like there would be in real life. So I think Max is doing one more lap. Mick Schumacher has spun. That's great. The Spinalas have made their way down to Haas. Gehring seems right. Well, Max is pretty much happy, which is an insane rarity for Max to be pretty satisfied with the setup out of the gate. Now, I don't think it's purple, and as in it's an excellent. We're excellent on setup, but I think we're going to be close. So Max is just out here doing qualifying trim. Perez is still turning laps. We're getting knowledge on race trim. So how much knowledge have we got? We have almost a level 1 on super soft tires. And we have level 1 soft, level 1 qualifying trim basically, and we already have achieved level 1 race trim. So we're going to bring Max and he'll do a bit of race trim. We can swap them and have them do their own stints, doing each driver doing qualifying and race trim. So pause. Okay, so handling is perfect. Can't really get much better than that. So Max, I'm going to take a gamble here. We're going to send him out in race trim, let him do a lot of laps. We need to get very close. So this is what's hard, is that downforce is in the middle. So it could go either way. Handling is perfect, so we know handling is right where it needs to be. Speed balance is close. Optimum balance is far off still. So I'm going to guess Max wants high downforce. It's a total guess here. We're going to go away from the high speed. We're going to go away from accelerate. Should we go toward acceleration or top speed? Let's go toward acceleration. See what Max thinks. We're very close on speed balance. And then it's good. He's pretty happy with it, but he's not satisfied. So we'll try this. This is a gamble. We're going to go to race trim. We'll do 8 laps with Max as well. And we'll go to soft tire. And send Max out on the soft tire. Now, ×2. We'll click on Perez, ×2. And see what Perez is thinking. Perez can just keep turning laps because he can keep getting more data. And then when he comes in, we'll send Perez back out to do a qualifying trim, so we can get more data on the soft tire and the qualifying trim. Remember, Perez has the better feedback, so Perez doing as much as he can. Dang it, Max does not like the downforce. We've unlocked the setup level for Max. That's cool. Max we might bring in before the end of the session to do a little bit of tweaking, like right around 6 minutes. We'll bring Max in. Perez, I want him to turn. Okay, so he's on an in lap, so no point in bringing him in anyway. So yeah, Max doesn't like that high downforce setup, so that's fine. All right, Perez is nowhere near 78%, 77, 81. All right, well, both drivers are pretty close, but yeah, speed balance. Let's see. We could go to top speed. Let's go to. I think Perez actually likes high downforce. Is going to like higher downforce. Handling is great, so we'll try that. And then speed balance, I don't know what he wants. We'll try acceleration. Qualifying trim for 3 laps. Tire choice. There's not much that I can do with Sergio. It's going to be either this is going to work. Max likes the handling still, so we'll let Max do his thing. We'll let Sergio go out and do a few qualifying trim laps. We'll bring Max in, like I said, around 7 minutes, 6 minutes. It's no big deal. We have plenty of the weekend to still get the setup perfect. But yeah, it's a little concerning to not be quite even. We're not even at 90% in free practice so far on the driver setups. Now Max might like this a little bit better. We're gonna let him finish this lap out, then we'll bring him in. So we'll do this lap. I'm going to bring him in. No point in Max turning another lap. Just bring him in. Send him right back out. I'm going to tweak the setup, and then we can send him right back out. Yeah. Man, trying to get the setup perfect is so difficult. Max should be coming in shortly. He's around the final corners and into the pits. Goes Verstappen. Oh. What am I going to do? Downforce, we went the exact wrong direction on downforce. Okay, well that at least makes that easy to understand. He likes that. He wants low downforce, low wing angles. Doesn't like the speed balance. Well, that might make that pretty simplistic. in terms of what we need to do. So just change the suspension. All right. So we basically sent him back out to do more race trim on the same tire and see if he likes the setup. That's really all I can say. ×4. Let's see what Sergio is saying. Sergio, we may have to bring back in as well. We'll bring him in, and I'll let him finish this lap, and we'll bring Sergio in. We got to do what we got to do. Forget the knowledge we can gain. We just got to get our drivers happy. Bringing Sergio in. Speed balance is on the money. Okay. Well, I mean, just going to let Sergio come in and pause. Pause. All right. Well, okay. Well, we're close with Checo, so 76% we went backwards. How? I guess it's the downforce. Both guys not liking the low downforce. So handling is like perfect. That's pretty much exactly where it needs to be. A couple more tweaks there. Add a little more negative camber. And then speed balance is good. So maybe just try a small tweak. Top speed. What did he like with the first setup? Okay. So it actually might be that we need to make it more toward acceleration. Try that. Try that for size, qualifying trim, 3 laps, same tire, and send out ×12. I am not, oh wait, click ×12. I am not changing anything else. There's 5 minutes remaining on this session. So these guys just need to go around and turn laps and get as much data as they can. That's all it comes down to at this point. Get as much data as possible, guys, and then tell me you like the setup. Because if you don't like the setup, we're screwed going into qualifying. They're starting to like it. It's better. It's better. Hopefully it's like 99%. Is it 99% better? Please tell me it's 99% better. Final minute of the session. So this is it. Last chance to get data and last chance to tell me about the setup. Oh my goodness, they're loving it. I think we figured something out here. We'll find out at the start of qualifying. So there you go. They got as much as they could. I mean, these sessions are important, but we've done, I think, as much as we really can, realistically. So there's your rundown from free practice. We're never fast in free practice. So I really genuinely don't care about free practice results. Free practice is not an indicator of the race, although Fernando Alonso being fast in these sessions is crazy. Fernando Alonso, oh my god, that was a good practice session. Car was feeling great. Alright. Not much to say. It's qualifying. I don't know what our drivers had to say about the setup changes. Hopefully they liked it. Because if not, we're screwed. So what did we get? We're going to use, well, it's qualifying, so we're going to use soft tires and qualifying trim. That's pretty straightforward. Unless it's going to rain. Oh my god, it's going to rain. I take that back. It's going to... No, that's just tire wear. Never mind. I take that back. It is going to rain, though. It is going to be a wet quali. So, being a wet quali... Did we choose soft tires? I meant super soft tires. I'm a moron. Super soft tires? Although we're probably not going to use them in this session. It's fine. It's going to be if it's going to be a wet qualifying, so what we saying? What are we saying? Look at their lap times. Their fastest laps in practice were very close to each other. So 95. Okay, this isn't bad, but we can do better. We can get like, if we can get 98, 97, 98% in terms of down here, optimum balance, that would help Max to get the absolute, no pun intended, maximum out of the car. So it's tough because handling is perfect. Okay, so we don't need to change that. It's excellent. I don't think you can get any better on handling. The question is, what do we do here? Speed balance. Well, let's look at Max's previous setups that we've gone with. Good, poor. I would think that Max likes more top speed, so it's a very simple change. We're going to change the gearing to be a little bit longer, and that doesn't change the handling or the downforce at all. So very simplistic change. We'll try that, and we'll put Max. Let me look. Yeah, we can get a quick lap in on super softs. We'll confirm that for Max, so a small change. And then with Perez, ooh, we're outside the green here with Sergio. So I think he likes the speed balance right on the very edge of this green bar here. But let's see. Great. Good. Great. Great. I don't know what can be improved, really. Maybe just a touch off the downforce. Maybe just a touch less wing angle, and then maybe bring the gear ratios a little bit more here. Okay, let's try that. And send Checo out on Super Softs. Obviously, continue. Oh, yeah, well, we've made those changes, so those changes will be automatic. So send them out immediately. We gotta go, we gotta go, we gotta go. We have no choice, we have to go out. Send out, send out. It's gonna be a wet qualifying. It's gonna rain very quickly, so guys, you just need to get out of the pit lane. Is anyone else coming out of the pits with us on slicks? I mean, even if it rains a little bit, as they're starting their flying lap, it's fine. Because they'll still be faster than anyone else in this session. It's all about making Q2 this session. We don't need to be the fastest, but we just need to set a lap that gets us into Q2. And if these guys can do that on slicks, why would I run on intermediates? No point running on intermediates if we don't have to. So I'm going to let them auto-optimize. Perez is a little bit close to Verstappen. See, there's the rain. Rain's coming. And look at this. Look how quickly it's coming down. It's going to get very wet very quickly, and we're starting the lap already. Oh, it's going to rain. It's going to stop raining at the end of the session as well. That could be risky. So may have to use 2 sets of slick tires in this session. Starting the flying lap in the wet. Look at the weather on this. I'm just going to leave that water on track thing up so you can see how quickly the rain is going to come down as we're doing their flying laps, because there are drivers that are on outlaps on slicks and there's drivers on outlaps on inters. And then it's going to be full wets at some point. That'll probably be on the in lap. So I'm just letting this go by. Actually, I don't know why I don't ×4 accelerate this. So Verstappen's gone purple. I mean, Verstappen's a beast in the wet. He should be able to do this on slick tires. Look at how quickly the water has come down here. It's fake Suzuka. First, all right. Well, that's good enough. I think that should get us through, but with it drying out at the end of the session, like the track is soaked. Like the track has as much water as it can probably hold. And then it's going to quickly dry up. Now, what about track grip? Oh, track grip's going to go up very quickly at the end of the session. So they need to get into the pits. And Raikkonen's gone faster on intermediate, so that says a lot about the conditions. But like, see how quickly it's stopped raining, just like that. It stopped raining. So press play. We're gonna go out as late as possible with these guys. So water's gonna be dissipating, and it's gonna be completely bone dry, and the track grip is gonna ramp up very quickly. So what's the lap time around here? What is the lap time? Is there a data center? So what did Max do? He did a 126. So the outlap is probably slower than a 126. Well, it has to be slower than a 126. So probably a 1 minute 40. We'll go out just under 2 minutes, basically. Okay? So when the clock here hits just under 2 minutes, we're going to go out on the outlap. Probably around 2 minutes. But going out as late as possible would help us. It's not a big deal. It is Q1. We should easily be able to make Q2. Why don't I just ×12 accelerate this? It'll be even faster. I know, guys, I'm waiting until the absolute last possible moment to send out. Okay, so like right in here, people are out already, but we're going to go out right about now. Send out Perez first. 97%. I can't complain with that. I'm not going to try to tweak the setup because I don't think you can get too much better than that. The problem is we have so many used slick softs, or super softs rather. So just send them out on. I can't risk it. We have to send these guys out on a new set of softs, or super softs. I keep saying. And Max is 98%. Nailed it with my drivers. Clutch, absolutely clutch. So Verstappen is the driver I'm most interested in. Actually, I'm more interested in Perez. Can he make Q2? He may not even make Q2. We'll find out. So Perez is doing his flying lap. Let's see. He should improve easily. Both drivers should easily improve. So they should go green at least. Green in the first sector. And 300ths down on the current pole time set by Raikkonen. And now 2/10 in the second sector. But green in the second sector. And Verstappen's going green, so this should be an easy one. We had to go again. He was 19th. Perez was 19th. And he's dropping down to 6th. What did Verstappen do? 5th. Pretty lame as well. Yeah, that's a very underwhelming result. But look at this finishing order. Raikkonen, Leclerc, Gasly, Norris, all ahead of us. We were faster than... Hold the phone. Hold the phone. Did Hamilton miss Q2? Lewis Hamilton and Fernando Alonso and Bottas all missed, and Daniel Ricciardo in the McLaren, all missing Q2. That is huge for this race. Now, they'll probably make that up on pace in the race, but that's insane. We have a huge advantage. We've made Q2. They haven't made Q2. Now, they'll have a tire advantage. George Russell down here. Poor George Russell, still struggling in the Williams. He's been eliminated in Q1, so there's your full list. There's everyone that's been eliminated in Q1. So the shocking ones are both Mercedes and Ricciardo in the McLaren. They should easily be Q2. Ricciardo has won. Has he won a race? He's been on the podium a lot. We'll just say that. He's definitely been on the podium. I know Alonso's won a race this year. So those are some crazy results in Q1. There's the guys that did get through. Both Ferraris through. Look at Leclerc, second fastest in Q1. So a very interesting session there. This Motorsport Manager career is not exactly realistic. I'm just going to say that if you haven't followed this season, it's not had the most realistic results. Mercedes winning a majority of the races has been pretty interesting, but not even super realistic to real life. So any rain, no rain looks like it's projected. I'm going to try to use one set of tires. I'm going to be very cheeky here and try to use one set of tires because we used 2 sets in Q1. So I'm going to wait until the track grip becomes maximum. And I'm monitoring this water on track as well. Oh, shnikes. It's going to rain, isn't it? No? It just looks like some dark clouds coming over the track there. So just some clouds coming over the track. I'm monitoring the time. We know we can go out approximately 2 minutes left in the session. The drivers are begging me to go on track. But just wait a minute, guys. Look at the track grip. The track grip is going way up. And that's what I'm waiting for. To get out when the track grip is at its maximum and it's rubbered in as much as it can possibly be. So just give me a minute, guys, and you'll go out. As long as there's no water on track and the track grip's not going to dissipate, we should be able to go out pretty late and be fine. So this is my strategy. I know what I'm doing. My drivers may not understand completely. All right, so we're going to do the same thing. Send Checo out first. So Checo, who has a 97% setup balance, we're sending him out fresh set of super softs. This is a cheeky little strategy to save us an extra set of tires for Q3 and maybe even for the race. So the less tires we can use in qualifying, the better. So we use 2 sets in Q1. We can just look at it as we use 2 sets in Q2. So final minute of the session, as long as they cross the line to start their flying laps, and they will. Okay, so we have plenty of time. Verstappen comes through, and it's Verstappen that I'm most interested in. Perez probably won't make Q2. He will be on the cusp, I think. It depends. Some tracks he's really strong at, but other tracks he's been very weak. See, Verstappen is 2 seconds off the pole time. I don't know where this is coming from, but Verstappen is so slow. 7th for Checo. 12th! Verstappen! Oh! Max will not start inside the top 10. And he did not make Q3. We didn't even make the sponsor objective. Perez just missed it by like a 10th. Not even a full 10th. Alright, so Perez is our only hope, so Verstappen doesn't have to worry about he doesn't have to worry about starting on that set of tires. He has a free choice of tire. I guess that's a benefit. And he starts P12, which is P12 is not a terrible starting place if you're going to get a free choice of tire. So it's the second highest starting position on the grid without starting inside the top 10. That's crucial. But Perez being that slow and Verstappen being that slow, it just hasn't been our weekend. But the surprise is Gasly, first position in the qualifying, Leclerc second, Raikkonen third, Kimi Raikkonen third in qualifying, Carlos Sainz Jr. in the Ferrari, Tsunoda. Norris is not really a surprise. He should actually be finishing P1 ahead of all of these guys, if anything. So quite a wild and wacky qualifying, but we take Q3 because we only have one driver in Q3. So it's down to Perez. He is flying the flag solo in qualifying. So it's down to Sergio to have the best qualifying possible here to put himself as far up on the grid. Verstappen cannot go out because he did not make Q3. So, well, Perez, you've got a bunch of super soft tires available at your disposal, so might as well go out, set an initial lap time. I mean, the track grip's not going to get too much higher, so go out and set a banker time, see what he can do. Perfect on the temperatures, both brakes and tires, so you can't start a lap much more ideally than that. And he goes P1, but he's the first person to set a time, so of course he's P1. And 5/100ths off of Norris, and currently sits P5. Is that going to change? No, it's not. He could improve. Sergio could actually start inside the top 5, which is very rare for him. He doesn't have very good qualifying pace, he hasn't this season. So this could be a really good qualifying for him. Oh my goodness, it's raining. I didn't even think about rain. It's not gonna. No point going out anymore. He's gonna start 5th. So the track is not going to get any faster because there's going to be water. Track grip's going down, and no one's going to go any faster than that. No way. No way anyone goes faster than what they've already done. Nope. Final minute of the session. You don't even need to tell me. There's no point in sending him out. Norris has crashed. Oh, he bent it in qualifying. He should be given a penalty for that. He has to repair a part on the car. They had to put a non-like for like part on the car, and so he has to start. He's facing a 3-place grid penalty. That would be Gasly gets pole position. What is this qualifying? Pierre Gasly on pole in the AlphaTauri. What in the hell? What a qualifying. Well, it's been a wild and wacky weekend at Fake Suzuka. There you go. Perez starts inside the top 10, so at least there's one positive to come away from that qualifying. Vettel is disappointed with his drive today. What a qualifying. Gasly, Leclerc, and Sainz. Great qualifying for the Ferraris. So the Ferraris will start 2nd and 3rd. Is that correct? And it's raining for the start. We can only hope that this will be the case when F1 races in Austria for real this weekend for the 2nd time in 2 weeks. So tomorrow's qualifying for the Austrian Grand Prix. Last weekend it was the Styrian Grand Prix. I was in Arizona, so I was flying back from Arizona, so I didn't really get to watch. I watched qualifying, but I didn't get to watch. I watched the very first 15 laps of the race, and then I didn't get to watch anything else from there. So I do have a question. We don't have intermediate. We don't have any intermediates, but the race is probably not going to be wet for very long. So we'll just go soft tires and race trim. Pretty simple. There's no refueling, so that perk doesn't even matter. Setup is fine. Let me save this setup as well. So this is max, 98%. Fake Suzuka. I could just say Japan, but Fake Suzuka just has a certain ring to it that you just can't compete with. So we'll underfuel max by 1 lap. I could do 5 laps. Jeez, that's a lot less. That's a lot of fuel to save up in a race. There's no way. 1 lap is enough. 1 lap is plenty. So we'll underfuel max because he's starting so far back. And then Perez, I always do this with my drivers. One driver gets underfueled, and then one driver just starts with a full tank. So, you know what? I take that back. I'm going to underfuel Checo. Underfuel Checo, and give Max a full tank that he can burn, plus 1 lap. So Max will get 1 lap of fuel, and confirm. Driver strategy. Starting with push, and high engine mode. And Max, I'm going to start with overtake. That's going to burn a lot of fuel, but he has excess on board. So, start race. We'll go to the grid rundown. It's a grid rundown screen, which is next. So, qualifying at Fake Suzuka, Gasly at a form of 9. And Leclerc a form of 9, Sainz a form of 10, Norris a form of 10. These guys are on it this weekend. Gasly claims pole with 1:15.1, a shocking pole position from AlphaTauri. And then Leclerc starts alongside on the front row of the grid for Ferrari, and he was 0.8 off of Gasly's pole time. Then Sainz in third alongside former McLaren teammate Lando Norris. He starts beside his former teammate on the second row of the grid. Then Perez on the fifth row of the grid. Besides the hometown kid, Yuki Tsunoda starting his home race for AlphaTauri on the third row of the grid. How about that for Tsunoda? Then Raikkonen and Stroll on the fourth row. Giovinazzi and Ocon on the fifth row of the grid. Schumacher and Verstappen. Verstappen a very shocking 12th place in qualifying. He starts P12, but he's got a lot of fuel on board, and he's got the push mode activated for the start. So let's hope Verstappen can make some positions. He's in a form of 5. That's been the real kicker this weekend. Got the setup level about as high as you can get it, but the form level is just not there. So form of 5, not good enough. We need him to be better. Mazepin with a form of 2 has qualified on the 7th row of the grid, which is actually not bad for a form of 2 in the Haas, and it's Nikita Mazepin. Okay, I'll take. That's pretty crazy. Hulkenberg starts 9th on the 7th row with the Manor Racing team, which is not an actual. Well, Manor used to be an actual F1 team, but they're not anymore. Manor in this series, in this game, is basically an F2 car, but the game, I think the game requires you to have these low-spec F2 level teams like Takeda, and Takeda's actually a real-life racing team as well. I didn't know that, but I didn't know that until recently. But Takeda and Manor, these racing teams, they are required for the game mode to work and operate. So you basically can ignore them. But they do still qualify on the grid, so there you go, DaCosta, Verne. So the next real-life driver and real-life team is Latifi, starting 17th on the 9th row of the grid. Beside Daniel Kvyat for Manor, then Hamilton alongside Alonso. Now this I would expect, but I would expect these two drivers to be on the front row of the grid in this Motorsport Manager career season. Because for some reason, Alonso in that Alpine has been crushing it this season. He's claimed poles, and he's claimed a race win. The big kicker for Alonso is that the team has had bad reliability issues. So 11th row of the grid is Sebastian Vettel and Daniel Ricciardo, who are both former teammates at Red Bull. So Vettel with a form of 7, starting 21st in the Aston. Then Bottas and Russell. That's ironic. Bottas and Russell start dead last. So the current Mercedes driver and the man that is currently projected to pip Bottas for that Mercedes seat, George Russell. And oddly enough, that's George Russell in a Mercedes racing suit in that picture from when he replaced Hamilton when Hamilton was sick for the... Was it the outer layout? It was the outer layout, but what was the name of that Grand Prix? I don't know what it was called. So, yeah, we're going to start here. It's lights out and away we go, and the water's going to disappear very quickly. But we start on inters. Max is a wet weather king, so let's see what Max can do. It's actually not a good start. He lost positions initially. So, not a great start. Perez has dropped to 6th, and Max is trying very hard to overtake Perez. So now he started to grab some positions, and Max is getting very racy between them, going 3 wide through these corners as Perez is just dropping positions. So we can push on this intermediate tire. Now watch Max's fuel. He's at minus... I thought Max started with... Didn't Max start with a full tank, with a +1 lap of fuel? I don't know. He's burned off a lot of fuel already, so we're going to go down to high on fuel mode for Verstappen. I'm trying to get this to go overhead with the camera. I won't be switching the camera too much because there's just so much going on with this. So first lap or two, I'm going to go at regular speed, at real-time pace, and then we'll accelerate it. Now, actually, I probably won't accelerate it too far because we do need to be paying attention to strategy when the water's going to fade, and I need my guys to be telling me when to basically box for slick tires, because we're going to get to that point at some point. So Leclerc and Sainz out front. So the Ferrari's looking very strong at Suzuka in the wet. So they're killing it. Well, this isn't Suzuka. It's fake Suzuka. I apologize. So is that Lewis Hamilton behind? That is Lewis Hamilton already up behind Max, right on his gearbox, coming through. I don't know where we are in the track. It's the hairpin. So Norris is locked up. Verstappen is not happy with somebody. He wants somebody to move. Verstappen can just burn fuel and tires. Both drivers can just burn through this intermediate tire because this wet weather race phase of the race is not going to last very long. Hamilton is through into 5th, but that's to be expected. But Verstappen goes right back through on the switchback. What a move, baby. Let's go. And Hamilton's dropped 2 positions in that one move. He may have gone in a little too deep there. So where's Perez? Perez, just let him mind his own race. He's either going to have the pace or he's not. It's up to Verstappen is the guy that we're really paying attention to, because Max is the guy that could get us the biggest amount of points today. But I need Max to come through here. Like I said, he's a wet weather king, but Hamilton's pretty good in the wet as well. So Verstappen trying to overtake Raikkonen. He's through on the Alfa Romeo, and they're holding. What the hell? What happened to Hamilton? He got a slingshot, but now he's coming to the pits. Is he boxing? No, Hamilton is not boxing. What the hell? Hamilton got a slingshot around everyone. He got massively slowed down, and then he slingshot around everyone. The track is soaked, and it's going to get even more wet. So pay attention, because the drivers who are the kings in the wet are going to be the guys that are going to come through with the best pace in these conditions. I was paying attention to Gasly as I was trying to say that. Gasly's dropped down to 12th. So starting on pole, he's dropped way off the pace. Verstappen, he can afford to burn fuel at this phase in the race. I want Verstappen to be burning through fuel, burning through tires. I want Max to be giving it everything to make up as many positions before we get to that slick tire phase, because I think when we get to the slick tire phase, I think Verstappen's going to lose the little bit of advantage that he does have. Bottas is struggling to come through the field. What else is new? That's really not a surprise. Verstappen has made contact somewhere. You need useful information. Well, I don't know what useful information you want. Overtake Hamilton. Is that useful information? It looks like he's doing it. He's going for it. He's going for the move. And he's done the move. He's done Hamilton down the inside. Nice job. And he's catching P3. So Max coming through with this pace in the wet. Like I said, this is going to be Max's conditions. He's going to be really strong here. And we're not even that far off the lead. It could come down to a race that's between Hamilton and Verstappen. The track is as soaked. It's not. Well, actually, I take that back. It's not even as soaked as it's going to be. Where's Perez? He's down in 10th. So he's dropped another position. Verstappen's locked up, but that's not a big deal. We're going to burn right through this intermediate tire. It's completely fine. So he's chasing down Norris in the McLaren, and he may well have Norris within another lap or two. So Norris is not going to hold that position for very long, I can tell you that much. Trying to go. Oh my goodness. What's with this slingshot stuff? They get like a slingshot down the inside. Second time Hamilton's done this. Yeah, he's absolutely done us down the inside again. Perez is holding P10, but he's chasing down Schumacher. So I'm not really worried about Perez. Like I said, let Perez run his own race, and he will just get a result, or he'll crash. It's one of those two things. He's either going to crash or get a good result for us. Verstappen again trying to overtake Hamilton. So it's back and forth between Hamilton and Verstappen at the moment. Verstappen at 78% tire wear. I'm not really worried about the tire life. Oh, God, he's being taken down the inside by Fernando Alonso in the Alpine. I'm telling you, Alonso's going to have pace. And as the track gets even wetter, it is now as wet as it's going to be all race. So Verstappen losing a couple positions now in conditions that should be favorable. There's no overtaking because Bottas has spun. So just embarrassing for Valtteri. It's almost like the real-life Turkish Grand Prix from last year. And you can see Hamilton's trying to overtake Norris in the McLaren. Can Verstappen get a slingshot? Please? I beg of you, give him a slingshot move. It's happened for Hamilton. Verstappen angry at Alonso. We've been running this in real time, but the strategy is going to fade very soon. So we're going to go ×4 now. I'm tired of watching this in real time. Let's see what happens. Hamilton's been done by Alonso, and now Verstappen's trying to go along the outside of Alonso, and he cannot make that move done. But down the inside, coming around the final corners, and he's back up in the 5th. So this is a little bit of back and forth, a little bit of a yo-yo effect between the drivers. Perez is dropping positions, he's dropped it to Vettel, and Perez has vibrations. He's really destroyed the tires, but it's not a huge deal because these intermediate tires don't actually need to go that much further into this race. I think we can genuinely push on this tire. I'm willing to gamble early in the race here to push on this tire to keep our pace with these guys in these wet conditions. I mean, the water is going to fade. We're on lap 9, and it says projected around lap 16 could be slick tire time. He just wants to overtake Hamilton. We could burn these out, and if we needed a pit, we could try to pit. Plan A. Verstappen's talking about Plan A. Well, this isn't Ferrari, Max. This is Red Bull. We have one plan and one plan only. Go hard. Balls to the wall. Go hard in the paint. Anyone but Ricciardo? Perez is just dropping positions. Our guys are actually struggling at this track. This is a track that I would think would kind of, sort of suit our car, but we haven't really improved the car enough throughout the course of the season to give ourselves an advantage at some of these tracks. Our engine has actually fallen from being second best on the grid to being fourth or whatever was it. It might even be sixth best on the grid. I can't remember what it was. We looked at the menu before we got into the race. We're currently 10 seconds out of P1, and it's still Leclerc and Sainz out front. So the Ferraris are really loving things at the moment, but is it a case of the Ferrari is just strong in these wet conditions, or their drivers are strong in the wet conditions? I have no idea. But the water is starting to fade off the track, so it's getting drier and drier, and Max is now struggling on these intermediates, so I don't know if he's taking a bit of life out. We got to start fuel saving. He's burned so much fuel. So starting to fuel save with Max, we're going to have to start it now. It just is what it is. I'm just going to keep pushing on the inters. We're 50% tire wear on Max. I'm not worried about the tire wear. The tire wear is fine. I think with inters, you can really go far on the inters, so as long as we don't get down to 14, 13, 12% on tire life, we're at 48% with Max. And yeah, these tires are going to easily make it. They should easily make it, but Max, you can see the pace is just not there. Hamilton's up into third, and he'll be chasing down the Ferraris very quickly, but Leclerc has built a nice little gap out front so far. I wish Verstappen could get past these guys. Which tires is he on? The same ones as you. He's on intermediates. No one is on slick tires yet. Someone is pit. It's Hulkenberg for slicks. Hulkenberg for slicks. Hulkenberg in for slicks. Do we go for an undercut? See what these guys do. Do they pit? They pit. All right, we're going long. Real time. Real time. Overtake and push. Push, Max. Full push on this lap. We're coming in, and we're going to go... How many laps remaining? 50 laps remaining. No, it's going to be soft tires. And no parts need to be fixed. We're good there. Balance. No need to risk anything else. So, Max, you can come in. Perez, I'm going to go the same thing with Checo. Checo, come in for soft tires. Part conditions look fine. Maybe a little bit risky on that gearbox, but it's fine. And balanced pit stop with Sergio. There is a risk, though. He's struggling. He's not even in the points. I'm going to gamble it with Perez. So Perez is currently up into third, provisionally. But the guys ahead have pit, so we're going long with Max. We have no choice. We didn't come in, so we're going long with Max and hoping that we can push on fuel and tires. We're going to have to back off the fuel slightly with Max. I don't want to have to do massive fuel saving by the end of this race. Times 2 acceleration. Let's just get along. Back into the pits. And start saving that fuel and push. Go to push. And Max is in. No mistakes. No mistakes. Nice, decent pit stop. And go, go, go. Push. No mistakes with Checo either. And that worked out really well for Checo. No mistakes on that medium and push. So I'm pushing on this. And we've actually gotten past Alonso. Were we ahead of Alonso going into the Norris is spun, by the way. We've gotten past Norris. Were we ahead of Alonso going into the pit stop phase? I don't know, but Alonso on those he's on super softs, but we're going long on softs. We can come back at him with super softs at the end of the race. It's fine. We're on different strategies. Ricciardo's collided with Ocon. That's going to be interesting. Perez still outside the points, but he's in 11th. I don't know if he's gained. I don't know where he was provisionally before he pit. Hamilton's down here in 10th, but he's going to quickly make those positions up. So remember, these guys are on a faster compound of tire than Max, but we're going to go with both drivers full push to the end of this stint. We're going to take out a lot of life out of this soft tire, and we'll come back in. We can put on another set of soft tires and push on that. Or we can come in, we can go as long as possible on this tire and come back out on super softs for the end of the race. So it's all about making this tire go until roughly, we can do 30 laps. I think if we can make this go to lap 50, we'll be fine. So the objective is to make this tire go to lap 50, we've taken a decent amount of life out of the tires in the first couple laps. So that's a little bit concerning, but times 12. So we're going to monitor the tire wear and just try to stay with these guys. Once tires get down to about 86% with both drivers, we'll back off the pushing that they're doing on the tires. We did need to get them up to temperature. So about 86% with Max. All right, you guys can go to neutral push. We'll push back on them after a while. I need these guys to just settle it down for a minute, settle into this race. Don't worry about pushing so hard and taking all the life out of the tire. I mean, Max is setting personal best even on neutral push. So low fuel delta. Oh, that's fine. He can save that easily. I mean, we can fuel save to the end of this race. We should be able to save that fuel back up. I'm not worried about fuel. We're running in third at the moment with this strategy. I mean, we're doing fine. Well, then just drive, Max. Just drive. I mean, you're driving pretty well right now. Staying with Alonso, Leclerc is a 20-second gap with that pit stop. That's insane. Did Hamilton have to repair damage or something? I have no idea what's going on with Lewis Hamilton. But remember, we're trying to go as long as possible, already at 75% wear on lap 30. We may have to do a double stint on soft tires. Remember, the game did say this was an abrasive track, so it is going to probably chew through tires. And we've lost a few seconds to Alonso here on the last couple laps. It's fine. We're going as long as possible. They won't be able to go long on those super soft tires. There's no way. There's no way. The objective, we may be lucky to get this tire to lap. We can get it to lap 40. I think 45 might be the real objective when it comes to getting going as far as possible on this tire. Tires are fairly worn. Well, they're not going to be that worn. And we'll go high for Checo for a little bit. He can burn some fuel off because we'll easily save fuel back with both drivers. Alonso was pit already, so you can see how they were not going to be able to go very long on that tire. We can go long and stretch this tire. So they didn't. That tire. Oh my. Perez, you freaking idiot. I have to pit him. All right, well, we're going to go 30 laps remaining. We have to double stint on, well, we're going to have to come in anyway, fix that, and just come in. I don't know what happened. Fast pit stop. There's really no point. And he's under investigation for causing a collision. Has been given a penalty. No action was taken, so he's fine. But Perez has really dropped the ball here for Red Bull. Oh, my God. What is he thinking? All right, Perez, come in. We're going to replace the front wing. We'll repair the front wing. Oh, my goodness. Well, that's a race ruiner right there. Look how much time he's going to spend in the pits. Actually, not terrible amount of time, but that is crucial. Look, he's going to drop out of the points, isn't he? All right, well, yeah, front wing's looking way better because we replaced it, you moron. Don't goof it up anymore. Well, Perez, I'm just going to let him run his race. I'm going to let him burn some fuel for a little bit, but it's up to Verstappen now. I mean, it always has been. But Verstappen's the one that's really carrying the team. 2 stops for Leclerc, and he's still 12 seconds ahead of us, which is a bit embarrassing. Hamilton's into the pits. So these guys are going to be making a quick early stop. It's a 2-stopper, or a 3-stop race. Or a 2-stop race, I'm sorry. It's a 2-stop race. They come out on another set of super softs. This could be a 3-stop race for them. I don't know why they do that. I think the strategy move for Verstappen should be to just be out on this tire, maybe even push on this tire, or carry this tire as far as he can. I mean, we're almost on lap 40, and we have 50% tire wear exactly at the moment. Yeah, Perez, you can piss off. 26 laps remaining. I'm gonna let him get up to like 0.40 on fuel, and then we'll just fuel save. There's Perez dropped the ball big time for the team today. See, we're losing that delta to Leclerc slowly each lap, but it's all about keeping life in the tire, laps in the tires, keeping life in the tires. See how far Max can go pushing just like this. He's at 40% tire life on lap 43. Oh, we can push this tire. 22 laps remaining. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my goodness. It's raining. Holy crap. It's gonna rain. It's gonna freaking rain. All right, Max. Well, we'll just leave it on medium, but you might as well attack. It's not. Leclerc's in. Oh my God, Verstappen's so close. Leclerc is in. Schumacher in. Ocon. These guys gonna pit for enters. Holy crap! What do we do? What do we do? What do we do? Oh, Perez. He just came in, but we had no choice. What do we do? I think with Checo we pit. Where's Sergio? First of all, where's Sergio? He's way down here. They're coming in. I'm gonna pit. I'm gonna go early. Any part conditions? Yeah, screw it, Checo. You've already dropped the ball. We'll go balance with Checo. Pit Sergio, but do we do it with Max? Do we try to stay out? I mean, its track grip is still good. I think we could go another lap. I'm going another lap with Max. I don't think he could even come in. The pit entry's right here. He's like right there. But screw it. I'm doing the overcut. I think the overcut's strong. So Max is passed. I'm overcutting. In for enters. Nothing to repair. We're good there. No point in risking it with Max. No point risking it. So Checo is pitting soon. He's coming around. Oh, he's way back. Yeah, he's way down on the lap. But here comes Checo. No mistakes. So no mistakes with Sergio. He's out. And he's on a set of enters. All right, Max. What you doing? He should be in. All right, this is going to be a crucial moment in the race. No mistakes. Good. Out. Push. It's how many? 20 laps. Oh my God. Enters can easily go. All right, we're going to push initially. Both drivers push. All right, Max is still out in second, with Leclerc making that extra stop for enters. What's going on? What's the deal with this race? All right, this could be Max's time to shine. 16-second gap to Leclerc. It might be Leclerc's race here, but I mean, a freaking podium would be sensational. We got no temperature into the tires. That's the concern. But these tires should easily go to the end on push. But it's nope. Rain is here to stay. Rain is here to stay to the end. So it's definitely here to stay. Let's see if anyone stops for wet tires. Because see how wet it's going to get? I wonder if Hamilton spun? Hamilton does a spinala. Oh, he's lost fifth gear. Sergio's lost fifth gear. Oh, boy. This day just doesn't get any better. He's outside the points. It's just not been Sergio's day. How far is he off P10? He's 3 seconds off Bottas in P10. Maybe Bottas can spin again. Oh, just a disaster day. Maybe Max pulls the gap back in these extremely wet conditions. That would be sensational. That's what we need from Max, is for him to pull the gap back to Leclerc, or Leclerc to spin, or maybe even pit when he doesn't need to. Hamilton collides with Vettel, and he's been given a 5-second penalty. 5-second penalty for Lewis Hamilton for a collision with Vettel. This is crazy. Does he have damage? Do you have damage? Any sign of damage? No damage, but a form of 2, man. Hamilton has not had a very good day here. Crazy race here. Crazy weekend this. I don't think anyone's catching Leclerc, but Sainz has dropped the ball for Ferrari there. He's in P8 right now. He just gained that position off of Gasly. Oh, rough day for him. Maybe we can make up the position on Gasly. If we could get in the points, it would help if Perez could get us into the points. So both drivers are pushing a little hard on the tires. Checo, let's go neutral. I'm going to go neutral so we're not catching Leclerc. If we need to push back up on fuel and stuff, we can always do that with both drivers. But there's 14 laps remaining. We're not catching Leclerc. Let's just ease off. I don't want any spins or crashes. Let's just play it safe here. We got a chance to put points in the bag. It's the most important thing, is that we put points in the bag. So the gap, is it increasing? It is increasing to Alonso, and like this. I'm fine with that. Look, we're not catching Leclerc. It's fine. Perez in 11th is not gaining on P10 really. Kinda. He's sort of gaining, but not really. Gasly's in P10. I mean, he's very close to Gasly. I might give Sergio a little bit of fuel here. We have 12 laps, so Sergio, Ocon just crashed, yellow flags, but is there going to be a safety car for that? Not really. He's completely bent it over here. I don't know if there's going to be a safety car. I'm just monitoring Max. Max is fine right now. So can Checo make up a position to Gasly? He's closing in on Gasly, and he's pushing on fuel. I'm giving him full push, so he could do this. Still a few seconds off of Gasly, allowing him to push on the fuel. Got past the blue flag car there. It would take Leclerc having a massive crash or something for us to win this race. It would take something crazy to happen. Lap 55 starts, and there's the water condition. It's as soaked as it's going to be during this stage of the race. So this is as wet as it's going to be. Latifi is retired with a mechanical failure. Or no, he hasn't retired, but he does have a mechanical issue. He hasn't retired. Perez going well, going smoothly at this stage of the race. It's still wet, and it's going to be wet to the end of the race, but it will slowly dry out. Alonso's run wide somewhere, so that's going to lose even more time to Verstappen. He's going to lose more time there. Perez, how's the fuel looking? He's now going to get into the red very shortly, which is fine because he can save it right back up, but we'll just back off in a minute with fuel. I might have to give Sergio the push in terms of the driving style so he can get Pierre Gasly here. He might actually just get Gasly on pace alone. If he could get that point, that little point could be huge for us. We need it because we're fighting guys like McLaren in the constructors, and he's into the points, so that's good. He's past Gasly, who started on pole again, might I remind you. P9 has a mechanical issue, that's Raikkonen, so he should easily get Raikkonen an extra couple points there on the day for Sergio. How's Max looking? Tire wear's going to be fine. We'll push on the last couple laps as the track dries out with our guys. Probably with Perez, I don't know. Maybe steal fastest lap if we could. Probably won't happen, though. Leclerc, the gap, his advantage has actually come down to Verstappen slightly. Perez, I need you to go high and high. Yeah, well, I'll give you some fuel that you can burn off. See if you guys can make that position up. Come on, you got to get past Raikkonen, Sergio. You got to get past Raikkonen. Here, I'm going to give you a full push. Get past Raikkonen. Give us that extra point. There's no reason you shouldn't get past Raikkonen. Attack. I hope he doesn't Bennett doing this. I really hope he doesn't Bennett. I got to save fuel now. Push. We'll do push and attack. Attack. Push. Attack. Push. Attack. Push and attack. Oh, come on. Perez drops to 10th and he's been lapped. But he gets right back through. All right, nicely. He's been blue flagged again. Being blue flagged as he gets lapped. Leclerc collided with Raikkonen. Oh, Leclerc's collided with Raikkonen. What is going on? Oh, does pause. Does Leclerc have damage? Leclerc is still in the lead. Oh my God, he has damage. Holy crap, Leclerc has damage on lap 61 of 64. Max. You gotta push, buddy. Leclerc has damage. Holy crap, Leclerc has damage. There's no way. He's pitting. He's pitting. Leclerc pits. All right. Verstappen, there's no reason to risk it. Leclerc, oh my God. Ferrari blows the race, and Leclerc drops to second. Is he going to drop to third? No, he just drops to second, but Alonso is right there. Oh my God. On lap 62, the collision has cost Leclerc a surefire win. Max is, I didn't realize. Save the fuel, Max. Save the fuel. We don't need to blow this by not having fuel to cross the finish line. Just take it easy with both of our drivers. How far is Perez off Bottas? Okay. We'll push a little bit with Perez. He does have a little bit of fuel. We're going to go real time. Well, times 2. Times 2 seems appropriate. Let's see if Perez can catch Bottas. He is gaining. He's gaining. What is going on in this race? Does Bottas have damage? Yeah, he does. He has a mechanical issue, and he's not going to be pitting. Verstappen, you can cruise as we get to the final lap. But let's see if Perez can actually do this. See if Perez can do this. Get past Bottas. He's going for it. Go, Perez. Oh, he is passed. He's in the P8. He's passed. All right. So Perez is passed. Bottas, it's even more points. What a crazy race for the team. We've turn it around. Let's go off of that fuel pushing mode. And then let's look at Verstappen. It's lap 64 of 64. Verstappen has somehow inherited the lead here at Suzuka. The home race for Honda. So we come across with our Honda-powered car. We're going to be coming across the line. Max Verstappen, you've won the Japanese Grand Prix with a 4 of 10. We somehow come away with a victory in this race. Crazy. Here comes Sergio Perez in P8 right now. He's quite a ways off of Sainz, so I don't expect him to catch Sainz. It's completely fine. We'll back off of the tires, just make sure we don't crash with nursing home. He has a form of 10 as well. Our drivers have done amazing in this race. Perez, without the front wing damage, imagine where he could have been. He could have easily probably been top 6. This could have been a huge race for Perez because he's actually recovered nicely to get P8 with front wing damage. And here he comes, the final bend. He's going to come across the line, P8, big points for the team. But the big one is Verstappen winning. Yeah, Perez is probably not going to be happy with the race, but Verstappen winning, victorious in Japan at fake Suzuka. That was a crazy race. Leclerc completely tossing the win away. He finished 6.5 seconds behind Verstappen with damage and a pit stop at the end, the late pit stop. We somehow have stolen a win at fake Suzuka. I don't know how we've done this, but we've stolen a win. That is huge points for myself and for the team. That is massive points, and that's going to up the job security. Verstappen, masterclass from Max. Let's go all the way to the beginning of the race. All the way to the beginning. He started on the grid, 15th on the grid. No, not 15th on the grid. That's how many laps he did. Where did he start on the grid? How did Max's race go? He started the race. This is the end of the race. He started the race 12th. That's right. He started 12th, not 15th. So he started 12th, down here in 12th. Look at the positions he's made up over the course of this race. As we go through the laps, you see Verstappen just master class of a drive. He's holding on to third, then got up to second, held that second. Then Leclerc had to pit. He inherited first on the last 4 or 5 laps. Crazy race. You can go back and see Checo's race. Sorry, I just want Checo. You see Checo's race. Somewhere in here he had to pit with the damage. I think it was here on lap 15. Fortunately, that damage happened early enough in the race that he was able to make up for that and recover some massive points. You see the live timings, everyone's tires at the end. Verstappen chewed through those tires, but he had to. Leclerc, remember, he pit at the end, so that's why his tires are so fresh. Anything else? What is this? This is the tire history. So you can see the strategy that Verstappen went with. We started on soft tires with Verstappen, or intermediates, and then went soft tires. And then enters again as it rained, and that was the end of the race. So both drivers started on enters and then went to softs. Perez had to make an extra stop for soft tires. That extra stop and the repairing front wing damage really took away from what could have been a huge result. He could have been super far up the order. Where's that moment with Leclerc crashing? I don't see it. It doesn't say anything. There it is. Colliding with Raikkonen. He collided with Kimi Raikkonen, who he was trying to lap. So there's the championship standings in the drivers after this. So Verstappen overtakes Bottas for second in the drivers' standings. That is exactly what I like to see. The fastest lap did go to Charles Leclerc. I'm fine with that. So we hold on to second in the constructors, and that looks like that is secure. Now Ferrari has already overtaken McLaren. So tough race for McLaren, so they lost big points. Leclerc picking up the big points for Ferrari. Sainz dropped the ball because they could have gotten even more points on McLaren in this race, and they really needed it. They needed a good result here. There's all of your pit stops from today. And then gap to leader, gap to leader graph. I don't really care too much about this stuff. So that is the race results and the rundown. Again, I'll show you the qualifying results, but we viewed that before the race started. Continue. So it will be scrutineering. We don't really have a high chance of breaking a rule, so I think the win is secure. No rules were broken from anyone, or was that just from us? Look at this, penalties. Drive-through for Hamilton, and a 5-second. And he still finished 4th. What the hell? He got a drive-through, finished 4th, spun in the race, had a miserable race, and he still picks up 12 points out of this. That's crazy. So Vettel finishing on the podium with a 1-second drive-through penalty, or with a drive-through penalty. Not a 1-second drive-through, but he had one drive-through penalty, and he still gets on the podium. Sebastian Vettel and Leclerc with a 5-second penalty as well. So Perez getting 7th, and he had a 5-second penalty for a collision, I think. Was it for a collision? I think it was for a collision. He did have a collision in this race. Bottas, miserable day for Bottas. Still huge points for Raikkonen. I mean, that's a great result. Sainz still finishes 6th, but that could have been an easy podium for Carlos. Could have been an easy podium. Big drop-off for Alonso. They broke the GMA rules. I got demoted for breaking rules. Rule break as well for Schumacher and Hülkenberg. So it broke the rules for Alonso. That drops Alonso out of what I think could have been a podium. Because wasn't he it would have been a podium. So that's huge. That helps Hamilton and Vettel. Big, massive loss for Alonso there because he had a surefire podium. But we are the winning constructor of the day and the winning driver, Max Verstappen. Another beautiful first place trophy. Would you look at it? Isn't it beautiful? It's going to look great at Red Bull HQ. But how about that? We get Ferrari's Leclerc alongside us on the podium, and the former Ferrari driver and former Red Bull driver, Sebastian Vettel, on the podium. Always great to see the German on the podium with us. So there's your updated drivers' standings after this race. So that's how the drivers' standings look. 11 of 16 rounds. So next round is round 12 at the U.S. Grand Prix. That'll be my home race. Then we have Mercedes leading way out front, just killing it this year. That's not really a surprise to be expected in us in second. We're not a clear-cut favorite for second still. Ferrari's made some really great progress. They've climbed right up the ladder. But a great race. Let's see what the pundits have to say. Latifi nowhere near good enough to drive in the Formula 1. Verstappen has such an awesome helmet. It's clearly helped Red Bull Racing get a few points today. So his helmet helped him score points today. Okay. Red Bull Racing team principal Vince Max delighted at a high finishing position. You're damn right about that. You know that was a great race. We stole a victory away in this one. We stole this win. We should have won this race. But I take it. You'll take it every single time. So there you go. Verstappen wins Yokohama Grand Prix, basically Japan. Red Bull Racing's Max Verstappen has walked away with top prize here in Yokohama after an incident-packed race. Leclerc finished second for Ferrari, with Vettel rounding out the podium. Winning Red Bull Racing boss Vince Max collected the team's trophy, and he looked delighted as he downed the champagne. Going to be getting drunk tonight off of that one. Hell yeah. That was awesome. Awesome race. This is right up there with Monza. Just two really great races. Did we steal Monza from Leclerc? I can't remember the result in Monza. I have to go back and watch that race. Fake Monza, by the way. So, Verstappen's loving it. He should have gotten a boost in it. He had a form of 10 in this race. No wonder he won that race. He had like a form of 10 and got boosts in all of his categories. Morale just boosted. Perez, not an awful race from Sergio. I mean, his morale should go up. He didn't have the greatest race, but he did a good job to recover. And we make money. I mean, we made money, man. That's the most important part. More money in the bank. And Verstappen winning, as we said. There's your results again. We've seen all the screens, but why not recap it one final time just so you can see. F2 race, Marcus Armstrong winning. Not really terribly interested in F2 like I would be in real life. I know that those are up-and-coming drivers that we could look to snag to put on our team, but I'm not really all that interested like I would be if I was running a team in real life. I just want to end the stream already. I mean, let's just get this over with. Alright, so, wow, a lot of notifications. Hiring pit crew, we'll check that out in the next stream. We'll pick up the US Grand Prix. But Alonso topping the timesheets. Oh, that's practice. That's practice. Qualifying battle, yeah, we know Gasly scored pole position. The cars are pretty much in pristine condition. This should be a cakewalk. Here's the average amount of condition the cars lost over the weekend. Verstappen's car part condition dropped 23% on average, while Perez's car part condition dropped 18%. How is that possible? How does that make sense? That doesn't actually make any sense. because Perez is the one who crashed the car in the race. It should actually be reversed. That might be a glitch, and it might intend to be reversed, but maybe the game is actually a little bit glitched out. But anyway, interview with MTV Sport. MTV Sport. I didn't know MTV did sports. Yeah, I'll take the interview. Mercedes AMG Motorsports Bottas has had a bit of a disaster in the race. I noticed it's a Finnish reporter as well, by the way. AMG Motorsports Bottas has had a bit of a disaster in that race, finishing down to 9th. What's your analysis? It doesn't surprise me. He's an awful driver. Looking at Mercedes AMG from the outside, their team looks weak. I can't say that today's results shocked me. They just got unlucky. Valtteri's an excellent driver, and I'm sure his form will pick up soon. It's only fair to say that. So Valtteri got a new personality trait, something. He's actually not a bad driver. It's a true statement. He's not championship caliber material, but he's not as bad. People crap on him way too much. I've written a quick report of the performance of our pit crew. We did 5 pit stops. Our fastest stop was 2.4, meaning we broke our previous pit stop record this season. Oh yeah, who did it? It would have to be one of the Perez stops, because we did go for the fast pit stop. In regards, our crew had a mistake-free weekend, so let's try to keep that going forward into the next race. Thank you for the update, Simon Rennie. If Verstappen wins Yokohama, you're damn right about that. We saw that earlier, so next race is Phoenix. I was just in Phoenix a week ago. Exactly, I was just in Phoenix. I was just there. So Phoenix Grand Prix, I was just in Phoenix. And Phoenix has actually held a race in real life. Held an F1 Grand Prix. I was walking the streets that they raced that in real life just a week ago. So how interesting. Top speed, crucial, and deceleration. We actually have a good car on deceleration. We got a new engine coming in, but it's not going to come in time for this race. It's like an oval track, isn't it? Phoenix in this game. It's like an oval road course type track. So there's your results. Verstappen adds a 3rd win to his hat for the season. He actually hasn't picked up a 2nd, but he's picked up 4 podiums, which is disappointing. We should be having more podiums. But he's been on fine form since Belgium. Been on fine form. Perez has scored a podium, but 1. He should be scoring way more podiums than he has so far this season. So I'm knackered after this race. My job security should be like it's much more improved. So we're looking fine right now with the job security. I'm going to go ahead and call this. We'll pick up with Motorsport Manager probably sometime more this weekend. It's July 4th this weekend, so why not stream the U.S. Grand Prix? Probably on July 4th or over this weekend. And that's just gonna do it. I'm knackered. I'm completely knackered. Mentally, it's a lot to pay attention to, this game. It takes a lot out of you mentally. So that's going to do it. It's been a long time since I streamed Motorsport Manager. I knew I needed to get one of these streams out of the way, and maybe tomorrow we'll do a little bit of sim racing. So time to get back onto the streaming thing, get a streaming schedule going again. So I'm going to exit to the main screen. I can't see it because there is a chat box in the way. We'll quit. I've already saved it. We'll come back, and in the next stream we'll overview and analyze our season to this point. We actually haven't dropped very many frames, so I'm very surprised by that. Haven't dropped a lot of frames. An hour and 25 long stream. We'll be back tomorrow with some more. I don't know what we'll stream. Probably some ACC or something, but